Women 50 plus, 4 nuts that regrow hair and 4 nuts that trigger hair fall. If you've recently observed an unsettling increase in hair shedding within your brush, or perhaps you've noticed your once voluminous ponytail now feels dishearteningly thinner, then the information presented here is crucial for you. There exists a particular pattern of hair loss that medical professionals across the United States meticulously monitor in women who are navigating the changes that come with being over 50. What many women often don't fully grasp is the profound impact that something as seemingly simple as the nuts they choose to consume daily can have, either exacerbating or significantly improving this very common condition. This critical insight is the result of extensive research specifically tailored for women in the US and Europe, drawing upon robust studies conducted in esteemed American universities and rigorously supported by medical research that directly pertains to our health and well-being in this stage of life. Today, we are not only delving into 4 potent nuts that possess the remarkable ability to help rejuvenate your hair's inherent strength and restore its desired thickness, but we will also unmask 4 ubiquitous nuts that might inadvertently be undermining your efforts and sabotaging your progress without your knowledge. The revelation of the final risky nut on our list might genuinely astonish you, precisely because it is a staple found in countless American kitchens at this very moment. Before we immerse ourselves in these vital details, please consider taking a moment to show your support by hitting that like button, and if you feel comfortable, kindly share your age in the comments section below. This simple act helps us cultivate a supportive community of women who can connect, share experiences, and uplift one another through these shared physiological transitions. Now, let's explore the intricate processes truly unfolding with your hair and how dietary choices play a pivotal role. Let us begin by exploring the powerful nuts that offer genuine support for your hair health. The first nut we will highlight is the almond. These humble nuts are frequently recommended by US doctors when women express concerns about their noticeably thinning hair. One might initially perceive almonds as merely a convenient and simple snack, but within their unassuming exterior lies a specific and potent component that is incredibly vital for the health of your scalp and the vitality of your hair follicles. Almonds are a rich source of a nutrient known as biotin. While the term biotin might sound somewhat technical or scientific, it is best understood as essential nourishment for the very cells responsible for cultivating and growing your hair. As we gracefully transition beyond the age of 50, our bodies undergo changes in their metabolic processes, which can unfortunately lead to a less efficient absorption of crucial nutrients compared to our younger years. Extensive medical research, meticulously performed in universities throughout America, has consistently indicated that a significant number of women in our age demographic are experiencing suboptimal levels of biotin, often without any conscious awareness of this deficiency. Your hair follicles, those microscopic specialized pockets embedded within your scalp from which each individual hair strand emerges, require an adequate supply of biotin to function with optimal efficiency. In the absence of sufficient biotin, these follicles simply decelerate their activity or, in more severe cases, cease to produce robust, healthy hair strands altogether. However, what truly distinguishes almonds is their additional bounty of vitamin E, which acts as a formidable protective agent. Imagine vitamin E as a protective shield, diligently safeguarding your delicate scalp from environmental stressors and oxidative damage. To draw a clearer analogy, if your scalp is considered the fertile soil from which your hair grows, then vitamin E plays a crucial role in maintaining the health and integrity of that soil, thereby ensuring optimal conditions for growth. A frequently cited study by American medical practitioners demonstrated that women who conscientiously incorporated vitamin E into their daily nutritional regimen experienced a measurable and noticeable enhancement in hair thickness over a period of several months. It's important to note that you are not required to consume an entire bag of almonds to reap these benefits. A modest handful each day, typically comprising around 20 almonds, is the quantity frequently suggested by many US nutritionists. These can be effortlessly integrated into your diet, perhaps sprinkled over your morning oatmeal, tossed into a fresh salad, or simply carried in a small portable container in your purse for a convenient and healthful afternoon snack. The cornerstone of success here is unwavering consistency. Given that hair grows at a relatively slow pace, instant changes will not be visible overnight. However, with persistent daily intake over several weeks and months, a multitude of women report that their hair feels markedly stronger, exhibits increased resilience, and is significantly less prone to breakage. Yet, almonds are by no means the sole nut capable of aiding your hair's journey back to health. The subsequent nut we are about to unveil operates through an entirely distinct mechanism, specifically targeting a condition frequently observed by doctors in American women within our age bracket. Moving forward, the next nut, equally remarkable in its properties, addresses a specific concern that commonly arises in women post-menopause. We are now focusing our attention on walnuts. These particular nuts are especially fascinating because they directly tackle an issue that becomes more prevalent as women age: systemic inflammation. You have undoubtedly encountered discussions about omega-3 fatty acids, often in the context of fish and seafood, but walnuts stand out as one of the select few nuts that actually contain these vital compounds in genuinely meaningful and beneficial quantities. The significance of this for your hair cannot be overstated. As we mature, particularly beyond the milestone of 50, inflammation can become an increasingly pervasive and troublesome factor within our bodies. While you might not directly perceive the sensation of this inflammation, it is often silently at work beneath the surface, impacting various bodily systems, including the delicate environment of your scalp. When your scalp is in a state of chronic inflammation, it's akin to attempting to cultivate a lush garden in infertile or inhospitable conditions. Every aspect of growth becomes a struggle. The omega-3 fatty acids derived from walnuts actively work to mitigate and calm this underlying inflammation. Research emanating from reputable American medical centers has consistently illustrated that women who consistently integrate omega-3s into their dietary patterns frequently observe improvements not only in the overall health and vigor of their hair, but also in the tangible sensation of their scalp itself. This often translates into less bothersome itching, reduced irritation, and consequently a far more conducive environment for healthy hair growth. However, there is yet another compelling reason why walnuts hold particular importance for us. They contain copper, a trace mineral that, while often overlooked in broader nutritional discourse, plays an indispensable role in preserving your hair's natural pigment and maintaining its structural integrity. To be clear, consuming walnuts will not serve as a preventative measure against gray hair, as that phenomenon is primarily governed by genetic predispositions. Nevertheless, adequate copper intake helps ensure that the hair you currently possess retains its strength, vibrancy, and resists becoming unduly weak and brittle. The inherent texture and resilience of your hair are just as crucial as its sheer quantity. You aspire to have hair that is sufficiently robust to hold a style, to be brushed without excessive breakage, and to truly feel like your own healthy hair. Many U.S. doctors advocate for the consumption of approximately 7 to 10 walnut halves several times per week. These can be conveniently chopped and added to yogurt, artfully incorporated into wholesome muffins, or simply enjoyed plain as a quick, nutritious snack. Some women I know personally opt to keep a small bag of walnuts in their car for healthy snacking while running errands. The inherent beauty of walnuts lies in their capacity to foster hair health from within, diligently addressing issues at a fundamental root level that superficial topical treatments simply cannot reach. But as beneficial as walnuts are, the next nut on our list performs an even more profound function, particularly in tackling the type of hair thinning that is most prevalent among women over the age of 50. We now arrive at the second most impactful nut for hair health, and this is where the insights become truly intriguing as we turn our attention to Brazil nuts. If you have not yet had the pleasure of trying these, they are typically larger than most other nuts, possessing a rich, distinctly buttery flavor. What makes them exceptional, however, is the potent compound they harbor within their structure, which is absolutely crucial for optimal thyroid health. Please pay close attention here, as this connection to your hair is something that many women are not fully aware of. Your thyroid gland, a small butterfly-shaped organ nestled in your neck, serves as the master regulator of numerous vital bodily functions, including your metabolism, your energy levels, and indeed your hair growth cycle. Extensive medical research conducted in leading universities across the United States has unequivocally revealed that thyroid dysfunctions are remarkably common among women in our age group. One of the earliest and most telling indicators of an underperforming thyroid is often pronounced hair loss or noticeable thinning. The direct link here is selenium, an essential trace mineral that your thyroid gland absolutely requires to operate efficiently and effectively. Brazil nuts stand out as one of the most concentrated dietary sources of selenium available. In fact, consuming just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day typically provides your thyroid with its necessary daily intake of this vital mineral. When your thyroid gland is not receiving an adequate supply of selenium, it begins to slow down its overall activity. And when your thyroid slows, a cascade effect occurs, impacting virtually every other bodily process, including the intricate cycle of your hair, growth. Women frequently describe their hair as appearing lifeless, lacking luster, or noticing an alarming increase in the amount of hair falling out beyond what is considered normal. US doctors routinely perform thyroid level tests when women over 50 present with complaints of hair issues, and in a significant number of cases, they discover that the thyroid is indeed underperforming. It is imperative to underscore a crucial point regarding Brazil nuts. More is decidedly not better. Precisely because they are so exceptionally rich in selenium, ingesting an excessive quantity can actually lead to adverse health effects, including selenium toxicity. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, explicitly advises maintaining selenium intake within safe, recommended limits. For Brazil nuts, this translates to a maximum of just 1 to 3 nuts per day. You can enjoy them as a swift and convenient snack, chop one finely and sprinkle it over a fresh salad, or even blend a single nut into your morning smoothie. The overriding objective is consistent, small dosages. What many women begin to observe after several months of incorporating Brazil nuts into their daily regimen is a noticeable reduction in hair fall. The rate of shedding slows considerably. This reduction is often the initial and encouraging sign that internal conditions are ameliorating. Subsequently, they may gradually start to notice new growth, delicate baby hairs emerging around the hairline or at the crown of the head. It is a process that demands patience, as hair growth occurs in distinct cycles. However, the consistent thyroid support garnered from selenium intake establishes the optimal internal environment necessary for healthy hair regeneration. Yet, there remains one more nut that can profoundly assist your hair's rejuvenation. This final, highly beneficial nut addresses a challenge that almost every woman over 50 contends with, yet rarely connects directly to the health of her hair. The single most impactful nut for promoting hair growth after the age of 50 is, surprisingly to many, the cashew. If you find yourself taken aback by this particular choice, rest assured you are not alone. Cashews, despite their versatility and delightful taste, often do not receive the widespread recognition they truly deserve for their health benefits, especially concerning hair. However, they contain a vital element that your hair desperately needs, particularly during this life stage. That essential element is zinc. Envision zinc as a meticulous construction worker within your body, diligently assisting in the fundamental processes of building, repairing, and maintaining tissues, including the delicate tissues of your scalp and the crucial hair follicles. As we age, our bodies, unfortunately, become less adept and efficient at absorbing zinc from the foods we consume. leading to a deficiency that is far more common among women than most realize. Numerous studies, frequently cited by American medical professionals, clearly demonstrate a direct and undeniable link between suboptimal zinc levels and hair loss, specifically the type where hair experiences a general thinning across the entire scalp rather than being localized to a single area. This diffuse thinning pattern is precisely what is most frequently observed in American women following menopause. What makes this particular issue especially elusive and tricky is that a mild zinc deficiency typically does not manifest with obvious or dramatic symptoms in its initial stages. You might experience a subtle increase in fatigue, or perhaps your sense of taste might not be quite as sharp as it once was, but nothing that overtly signals it's time to check your zinc levels. Meanwhile, your hair is quietly and progressively suffering. The hair follicles crucially require zinc to successfully navigate through their natural and cyclical growth phases. Without an adequate supply, they tend to become stuck in a prolonged resting phase, and critically, resting follicles simply do not produce new hair. Cashews offer a gentle, highly natural, and immensely palatable method to help elevate your zinc levels back to a healthy range. A modest quarter-cup serving of cashews delivers a substantial amount of zinc, along with other synergistic minerals such as iron and magnesium, which collectively contribute to and support your holistic health. Many U.S. nutritionists enthusiastically endorse the inclusion of cashews as an integral component of a well-rounded and balanced nutritional strategy for women in our age demographic. You can enjoy them roasted as a satisfying snack, effortlessly blend them into a rich, creamy sauce for vegetables, or even transform them into a homemade cashew butter to spread on crisp apple slices. The inherently creamy texture of cashews makes them exceptionally easy to incorporate into your meals and snacks without feeling as though you are forcing yourself to consume something you don't genuinely enjoy. Women who consistently add cashews to their regular dietary intake frequently report that their hair begins to feel notably thicker and exhibits increased resilience after several months of consistent consumption. The individual hair strands themselves become demonstrably stronger, which directly translates to less breakage when you engage in routine brushing or styling. This is a highly significant outcome because sometimes the goal is not solely about growing an abundance of new hair, but rather about preserving and maintaining the health and integrity of the hair you already possess. However, here is an absolutely crucial distinction you need to comprehend. While these 4 beneficial nuts, almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, and moderate amounts of cashews, can beautifully support and enhance hair health, there exist other nuts that might, quite surprisingly, be actively working against your efforts. And the unfortunate truth is that most women are entirely unaware that these common nuts could be contributing to their hair problems. The cautionary nuts we are about to unveil are currently residing in countless pantries across America, and one of them, in particular, is especially concerning for reasons that are likely to catch you completely off guard. Let's shift our focus and discuss the first cautionary nut, the 4th on our list of potential problematic foods. This particular nut often catches women off guard precisely because it is widely perceived as a healthy option. We are talking about peanuts. Technically, peanuts are not true nuts, but legumes, yet they can be problematic for hair health in ways that are regrettably not discussed with enough frequency or depth. Now, before you conclude that I am asserting peanuts are inherently terrible, allow me to elucidate the specific issues at hand. Peanuts are notoriously susceptible to contamination by a substance known as aflatoxin, a potent type of mold that thrives on various crops, particularly when they are stored in warm, humid conditions. This phenomenon is extensively documented in medical research conducted in American universities and is meticulously monitored by the FDA. Aflatoxin is deeply concerning because its consumption can significantly impact your liver function. And here is the direct connection to your hair health. Your liver plays a multifaceted and indispensable role in your body. It is responsible for metabolizing nutrients, meticulously balancing hormones, and vigilantly filtering toxins from your system. When your liver is under undue stress or becomes overloaded, a condition often observed in women who regularly consume foods contaminated with aflatoxin, it cannot perform its critical functions properly. This impaired function makes hormone imbalances far more probable, and hormone equilibrium is absolutely critical for robust hair health, particularly in the post-menopausal period. U.S. doctors frequently encounter women experiencing unexplained hair loss who, upon deeper investigation, reveal underlying liver stress originating from various sources. While peanuts are certainly not the sole cause of liver stress, they can become a significant contributing factor if they are consumed daily and in substantial quantities. The primary issue is not the occasional enjoyment of peanuts, but rather the consistent, high intake that many women engage in without a second thought. Imagine peanut butter on toast every single morning, peanuts serving as a daily go-to snack, or peanut sauce incorporated into dinner multiple times a week. These habits accumulate over time. Another significant concern associated with peanuts is their status as one of the most prevalent food allergens, and even subtle sensitivities that may not trigger overt or dramatic allergic reactions can nonetheless generate low-grade chronic inflammation throughout your body. We have already explored how systemic inflammation adversely impacts your scalp and impedes healthy hair growth. If your body is perpetually engaged in managing low-level inflammation stemming from a food sensitivity, that represents energy and precious physiological resources being diverted away from the essential processes required for healthy hair production. Again, this is not to suggest that you must banish peanuts from your diet entirely. However, many U.S. doctors advise limiting their consumption and opting for other, more beneficial nut alternatives more frequently. If you do choose to eat peanuts, prioritize brands that explicitly state they test for aflatoxin and, whenever feasible, select organic varieties. Crucially, pay close attention to how your body responds. Do you notice a greater amount of hair in your brush during weeks when your peanut intake is higher? This could be your body providing a valuable clue. But as potentially problematic as peanuts can be, the next cautionary nut presents an entirely different set of concerns, one that directly impinges upon something utterly essential for vibrant hair growth. Proceeding to our next cautionary nut, the third on our list. This particular one tends to astonish almost everyone I discuss it with. We are talking about pecans, especially the candied or heavily sweetened varieties that become ubiquitous during festive holiday seasons. These seemingly innocent treats can, in fact, actively undermine your hair health goals. Now, it's important to clarify that pecans in their natural, unprocessed state are not inherently detrimental. However, the reality of how most Americans consume pecans transforms them into a problematic food. The vast majority of pecans eaten in the United States are either generously coated in sugar, baked into rich pies, or incorporated into decadent desserts. That pervasive added sugar is the veritable culprit here. Medical research diligently conducted in universities across the U.S. has established a clear and compelling correlation between elevated sugar intake and increased hair loss, a connection that is particularly pronounced in women over the age of 50. Let's delve into the underlying mechanism. When you consume sugar, your blood glucose levels surge rapidly, prompting your body to release insulin, a hormone crucial for managing this spike. Over time, if you consistently consume foods laden with high sugar content, your cells can progressively become less responsive to insulin. This condition, commonly referred to as insulin resistance, is alarmingly prevalent among American women following menopause. So what precisely does insulin resistance have to do with the health of your hair? Insulin resistance profoundly influences how your body processes and regulates hormones, particularly androgens, which are typically considered male hormones, though women produce them in smaller, crucial amounts. When insulin resistance is present, these androgens can become more active and influential than they should be. This heightened androgen activity can, in turn, cause hair follicles to shrink, especially around the crown and hairline of the scalp, leading to the characteristic thinning pattern that U.S. doctors observe with such frequency in their female patients. While pecans themselves do contain some beneficial nutrients, when they are prepared in the manner most Americans consume them, that is, heavily laden with sugar and often unhealthy fats, they regrettably transition into a food that works against your health. The holiday seasons pose a particular challenge, as pecan pie and other sugary pecan confections are omnipresent, and women often fail to connect their increased hair shedding in January and February to the dietary choices they made in November and December. Beyond the critical issue of sugar, pecans are also exceedingly high in calories and significantly in omega-6 fatty acids. While omega-6s are not inherently bad in small, balanced quantities, an excessive intake compared to omega-3s creates an inflammatory imbalance throughout your body. Recall our earlier discussion. Inflammation on your scalp creates suboptimal growing conditions for your hair. The typical American diet already tends to be overly heavy in omega-6 fatty acids, largely due to prevalent vegetable oils and an abundance of processed foods. Therefore, adding copious amounts of pecans on top of this existing dietary pattern can further exacerbate this inflammatory imbalance. If you genuinely enjoy pecans, the key to responsible consumption is to eat them plain, unsweetened, and strictly in modest portions. Consider them an occasional indulgence rather than a regular, everyday snack. Opt for raw or dry roasted pecans that are free from any added sugars or syrups. And critically, be honest with yourself about portion sizes. It is remarkably easy to mindlessly consume a large handful while engaged in other activities like watching television, only to realize belatedly that you have ingested several hundred calories and a substantial amount of omega-6 fatty acids without conscious awareness. However, the next cautionary nut I must bring to your attention carries an entirely different concern, one that directly impacts your body's ability to absorb nutrients absolutely critical for healthy hair. We now arrive at the second cautionary nut, and this is where the discussion becomes a bit more technical, though I will endeavor to keep it as straightforward as possible. We are talking about cashews. Yes, precisely the same cashews I earlier lauded for their beneficial zinc content can, paradoxically, become problematic if consumed in excessive quantities. Here is the underlying issue that regrettably does not receive sufficient attention. Cashews contain a compound known as phytic acid, which is naturally present in many nuts, seeds, and grains. Phytic acid is sometimes referred to as an anti-nutrient because it possesses the unique ability to bind to essential minerals within your digestive system, thereby hindering your body's capacity to absorb them effectively. The minerals most significantly affected by phytic acid are zinc, iron, and calcium, all of which are undeniably important for maintaining optimal hair health. Now, you might be thinking, but you just told me cashews are beneficial because they are a source of zinc, and you are absolutely correct. In moderate, controlled amounts, the zinc inherently present in cashews is indeed beneficial and bioavailable. However, this is precisely where many women inadvertently go astray. They hear that cashews are healthy, and mistakenly believing that more is better, they begin consuming large quantities every single day. When you regularly eat an excessive amount of cashews, the concentration of phytic acid begins to overshadow and negate the intended benefits. Your digestive system becomes inundated with this compound, which actively blocks the absorption of vital minerals. The ironic consequence is that you can end up developing deficiencies in the very nutrients your hair needs for growth, despite the fact that you are consuming foods that theoretically contain them. This is a common scenario U.S. doctors observe in women who are genuinely striving to eat healthy but lack a nuanced understanding of nutritional balance and appropriate portioning. Research from prominent American medical centers has consistently demonstrated that the excessive consumption of foods high in phytic acid can contribute to mineral deficiencies over time, particularly in women whose digestive systems may already be operating less efficiently due to natural aging age-related changes. There is yet another specific concern related to cashews. They are almost never sold in a truly raw state because genuinely raw cashews contain a toxic substance known as urushiol, the same compound found in poison ivy that must be meticulously removed through a heating process. Consequently, the cashews you purchase, even those explicitly labeled raw, have in fact undergone steaming or dry roasting. While this processing is both necessary and safe, it also means that cashews can be higher in sodium and other additives depending on the brand and preparation. A high intake of sodium can lead to water retention and may adversely affect blood pressure. Crucially, optimal blood circulation is absolutely essential for effectively delivering vital nutrients and oxygen to your scalp and, by extension, to your hair follicles. Many processed or flavored cashews contain significant amounts of added salt, various oils, and sometimes even sugar. Women often purchase these varieties with the belief that they are making a healthy dietary choice without fully realizing they are simultaneously consuming an abundance of extra ingredients that do not align with or support their overall health and hair goals. If you choose to incorporate cashews into your diet, and again, in moderation, they can certainly be beneficial, prioritize unsalted, minimally processed versions. Limit your intake to a small handful, perhaps a quarter cup, a few times per week, rather than consuming them in large quantities every single day. Pay close attention to the overall balance of your diet. If you are already consuming numerous other foods naturally high in phytic acid, such as whole grains and legumes, which are generally healthy and beneficial, you might need to exercise even greater conservatism with your cashew intake. But as careful as you need to be with cashews, there is one more cautionary nut that I have deliberately reserved for last. And this particular nut is highly likely to be in your kitchen right now, possibly even something you consume regularly without ever fully comprehending its potential detrimental impact on your hair. The single most impactful cautionary nut that can inadvertently sabotage your hair health is, admittedly, a somewhat controversial one to highlight, but it is critically important that you are aware of this information. We are referring to macadamia nuts. These nuts are frequently regarded as a luxury item, often promoted for their perceived health benefits. Yet they can indeed become problematic for your hair health if not consumed with careful consideration. The reasons behind this might genuinely surprise you. Firstly, let's address their fat content. Macadamia nuts are extraordinarily high in fat, surpassing almost every other commonly consumed nut in this regard. While a portion of this fat comprises the beneficial monounsaturated type, the sheer quantity of fat present can pose a significant issue. A mere single ounce of macadamia nuts contains over 20 grams of fat and more than 200 calories. For women over 50, who are often mindful of their weight, and weight management is intimately linked to hormone balance, which in turn profoundly impacts hair health, it is remarkably easy to overconsume macadamia nuts without fully realizing just how calorie-dense they are. However, the greater and more pressing concern lies elsewhere. Macadamia nuts possess an exceptionally high omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratio, arguably one of the worst among the nuts that are commonly eaten. We have extensively discussed how an excess of omega-6 fatty acids actively promotes chronic inflammation throughout your body, and critically, persistent inflammation on your scalp creates a severely suboptimal environment for healthy hair growth. U.S. doctors frequently counsel women on the paramount importance of balancing these crucial fatty acids, especially for managing conditions that involve inflammation, which explicitly includes certain types of hair loss. When you regularly consume macadamia nuts, you are unfortunately tipping your body's delicate inflammatory balance in the wrong direction, potentially exacerbating underlying issues. There is another less commonly known concern iron associated with macadamia nuts. They can prove challenging for some women to digest, particularly as we age and our digestive systems naturally become less efficient. Impaired digestion signifies that you are not effectively absorbing essential nutrients from any of your food, including the specific nutrients that are vital for supporting hair health. Some women report experiencing uncomfortable bloating, gas, or general digestive discomfort after consuming macadamia nuts, often without connecting these symptoms directly to the nuts themselves. Your gut health is unequivocally and directly linked to nutrient absorption, and if your gut is struggling, your hair will eventually manifest the consequences. The FDA and leading nutrition experts consistently emphasize that meticulous portion control is absolutely critical when consuming high-fat foods, and macadamia nuts fall squarely into this category. The fundamental problem is that they are exquisitely delicious and, consequently, highly addictive. It is incredibly easy to sit down with a bag of macadamia nuts and consume far more than a single serving size before you even fully realize it. In such instances, you could have potentially ingested 500 or more calories, massive quantities of omega-6 fatty acids, and placed considerable stress on your digestive system. All of these factors collectively work against your overarching hair health objectives. Medical research conducted in American universities, meticulously examining inflammatory markers in women, has conclusively found that diet plays an enormous and pivotal role in determining chronic inflammation levels, and the specific types of fats you consume matter immensely. Macadamia nuts, while they may offer some minor benefits in extremely small and controlled amounts, can very easily transition into a problematic food when consumed in the manner most people typically eat them, that is, in quantities that are far too large and with excessive frequency. If you genuinely adore macadamia nuts and are reluctant to relinquish them entirely, here's the recommendation many US nutritionists put forth. Limit yourself to just a few nuts at a time, perhaps 5 or 6, and treat them as an occasional, luxurious indulgence rather than a regular, everyday snack. Never eat them directly from the container, as this makes it impossible to accurately track your intake. Instead, portion them out precisely ahead of time and remain acutely aware of other sources of omega-6 fatty acids in your diet. If your diet is already rich in vegetable oils, processed foods, or other nuts with high omega-6 content, you might consider skipping macadamia nuts altogether and instead focus on options that provide a superior nutritional balance for your hair health. Now that you possess a comprehensive understanding of which nuts can genuinely enhance your hair and which ones necessitate a cautious approach, I wish to leave you with a supremely important overarching message. Achieving optimal hair health after the age of 50 is not predicated on discovering one singular magic food or eliminating one solitary item. Rather, it is fundamentally about the cumulative, consistent pattern of your dietary choices, day after day, week after week. The beneficial nuts we have recommended, almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, and cashews, consumed in moderate amounts, can form an integral part of a powerfully supportive approach when you incorporate them consistently and adhere to reasonable portion sizes. They perform most effectively when synergistically combined with other healthy lifestyle practices, such as maintaining adequate hydration by drinking sufficient water, ensuring you consume enough protein, actively managing stress levels, and diligently tending to your holistic health. The cautionary nuts, peanuts with their aflatoxin concerns, pecans laden with excessive sugar, cashews